Ladies and gentlemen, I just finished doing a video on Zack Snyder hinting about the anti-life equation. This video is a following video because, again, these Marvel fanboys, all you gotta do is keep your mouth shut about the DCU and I wouldn't have to make these videos. So I'm gonna continue to make these videos once you guys keep talking. And the more I make them, because they're filled with facts, is the more you're going to get butthurt. Okay? Keep your mouth shut. You see the video? Just pass it by. Pass it by, I won't have to make one. And if I don't make one, then it won't have to spread. Because these videos are going to spread. So, just zip it. But you can't do that. So, I was here talking about the same generic MCU because another Marvel butthurt fanboy was vexed. Now we got another guy, Imran Batra. He obviously is hurt again, and it hurts him every time. I told you I'm gonna keep to my word. Let's see what he had to say. Well, he starts off by again using the same ad hominem, talking about me obsessing and blah blah blah. But then you make the bad mistake and you say, you've made 100 videos either saying the most obvious things about DC movies or desperately trying to find faults in the MCU. Yes, Marvel does follow a formula, and the bathos they use can be as annoying as fuck. And it's just as entertaining as any DC movie. No, it's actually not for me. The point is, it doesn't matter if the stories are repetitive or not. Yeah, it does. Because it's still really interesting. No, it's not. Honestly, dude, stop acting like a smart ass. You're butthurt. You're butthurt. I'm sure you can call me either butthurt or misinformed with your arrogant, delusional demeanor. You talk about how Marvel sucks and pretend to analyze DC movies, but the truth is, half of your analysis could be explained in one fucking Instagram post. Yeah, right. It's not like Justice League had some deep meaning like BVS or Man of Steel. It was a warped fucking way of saying that the big baddie couldn't be defeated alone without hope. Exactly what the Avengers was trying to say. Oh, they were trying to say it? Except in a more coherent way. They were trying to say it, you said. And who the fuck do you think you are, man? You make fun of people on the internet by calling them dumb, but half of your points show that you're actually dumber than them. Please, please, move the fuck on. Well, Imran Batra. You just made the hit list. All you had to do was shut your trap. Just shut the fuck up and move on. But you couldn't do it. Ooh. See, all you had to do, Imran Batra, was not bash the DCEU. But you know you had to bash Justice League. So Imran Batra, you made the hit list. And now you will learn to keep your mouth shut when we talk about the DCU. I know you butthurt. I know you butthurt, but it's okay. Because, see, we have here in front of us 15 Marvel movies. 18 Marvel movies in front of us. 18 Marvel movies. And you know what's very interesting about all 18 Marvel movies? Out of all of them, we got one or two that actually have good soundtracks. And it don't hold for the entire movie. It's just like glimpses. The best one is, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy, because they actually had an innovative. They borrowed movies, their hit lists, like Suicide Squad. They borrowed hit lists from other songs all around, and they played them. But the orchestral stuff. Let's talk about the Marvel Symphonic. They call it Symphonic Universe. Let's talk about that. Cause I just come with it, man. When I say that it's generic as fuck, I wasn't playing. Go check out this video online. The Marvel Symphonic Universe. This guy breaks it down really good. Every frame a painting. And he explains why the music in Marvel movies, why it is you don't even need them. And he was explaining here with Tony Stark's where you could remove the music and it wouldn't really do anything. One, the music is too literal. Two, it's like the TV universe. It's like watching Arrow. Or it's like watching... the music's just monotonous. It's generic as hell. And that is why in Justice League, people were talking about the generic music that Joss Whedon brought to the table. It was generic. It wasn't like the DCEU. It wasn't up to the standard of DCU. It still was okay. It was all right. but it was generic because that's what Marvel brings to the table. The music is again, I keep on telling people, these people shaft you guys. And I don't care if you don't like it, Mr. What's your name? Let's see what your name is. Imran Batra. I couldn't care less that you're a Marvel fan. If you attack the DCEU, it's fair game for me. So I'm coming back at you. And I'm highlighting again some more generic stuff with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay? You may not like it, but I'm going to keep on hitting you with it. And the Marvel Cinematic Symphonic Universe is generic as hell. It's very generic. That's why it's unmemorable. I see some Marvel fans coming to try and defend, oh, there's beautiful scores here and beautiful. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're the same symphonic nonsense you hear on television. Generic stuff. Even Krypton has generic music. Krypton has the same generic stuff. The music lets down Krypton. Krypton has some pretty good performances, but Krypton's got generic music. It's just what it is. CW, generic music. The typical superhero music or generic music, period. It looks like they buy like these little these license for certain music tones, and they play them. The same and the same generic stuff, and you hear it, and then the string work is the same generic stuff, the same generic cues. If you're afraid or surprised, you get the dun. If it's a comedy, they go straight into the comedy. You know, it's just straight, flat, generic stuff. Not on the level of DCEU, not on the level of Planet of the Apes, not on the level of Blade Runner 2049, not even on the level of Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman had more of a symphonic background. Definitely doesn't touch anything Hans Zimmer's done. Okay? And Hans Zimmer did some incredible stuff for Man of Steel. I heard them say, you know, The Dark Knight was Hans Zimmer's best. No, that was repetitive, monotonous stuff. Man of Steel was incredible. Dun, 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 dun. I don't want to go in there. It's crazy. The anthem is sick. All right. And Wonder Woman's theme. It's just good. Man, I mean, we don't even want to go there. So when we're talking about symphonic stuff, you know, themes. X-Men's theme is symphonic. It's incredible. Spider-Man's theme is symphonic. It's incredible. Star Wars theme is incredible. The first superhero movie, Superman's theme. Dun, 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 right? Incredible. This is symphonic stuff. That's real music because you're creating an anthem or you're creating a theme that encapsulates the idea of a movie. You have to look at the idea of a movie. Batman's theme. Dun, 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 dun. You know, it's just sick. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about symphonic themes, you have to understand what's going on. You got to understand what you're doing. And in Marvel, they don't have much memorable themes. They have the Avengers theme, right? But that's about it. And people think it's repetition that makes a theme acceptable. Not necessarily. Yes, repetition is important to ingrain things in people's minds, but more so, you have to have a theme that encapsulates and embodies what it is you're talking about. And the problem with the Marvel properties is their characters, they don't say what their characters symbolize. What does Iron Man symbolize? You have to sum up Iron Man and a guy with a suit. Is that what he symbolizes? You got to figure out what the core of the character is. We all know what the core of Spider-Man should be, which is why Raimi and Elfman were able to put together something for Spider-Man. And people say, well, there were great symphonic themes for Iron Man. No, they weren't really. It was a rockin', driving one for Iron Man, the very first Iron Man movie, because it was under Paramount at the time. And even the Avengers had a driving theme. But you have to understand, it's not trying to get a driving theme or whatever. You have to think about, seriously, something that would distinguish itself from other themes. It's not only repetition. I would know because I do music. Well, we move on, man. Bro, man, you need to just, like I said, I try. Man, I got so much stuff to say. So much stuff to say on the MCU. So if you guys just keep on provoking me to say things, I'm just gonna offload. And then all of you guys gonna be traumatized all the time and butthurt all the time. You want me to move on. No, you have to move on. Shut up, take the L, and walk. So what happened in Guardians of the Galaxy? We had a character named Ronan. We know Marvel has weak villains. Thanos gonna be another weak villain. It is what it is. When I look at Ronan, this guy was... this guy here, he was supposed to be conquering the world, and he was supposed to conquer this land. Does this guy look like a villain to you? Look at this guy's face. It looks like he has shit on his face to start with. Is that shit on his face or mud? I mean, what is he trying to do? Is he trying to be bad? Because he's looking like a comedian. I mean, come on, man. This is the stupidest looking face I've ever seen, for real. Then I wanted to know, why is Thanos floating on a rock chair with rocket propelling propulsion stuff on it? Why would he be doing that? Like, Thanos ain't got nothing better to do with his time? You know what I'm saying? It didn't make no sense to me. But everybody was thinking, this is bad Thanos. And when I saw Thanos' face, it reminded me of this actor right here. What the heck is this? And then what's up with Thanos' voice? Seriously, man, what was going on with his voice? Flat as hell. Let me show you guys who Thanos is. This is Thanos. Thanos resembles something like Mungle. Thanos kind of resembles Mungle. He doesn't resemble Hellboy. Yes, he kind of resembles an orc. He resembles Mungle. Alright? I can't tell you exactly what Darkseid resembles, but Darkseid more resembles... He kind of looks like RoboCop with a messed up face. That's Thanos. That's Darkseid. Right? But Thanos resembles Mungle. When you think of Mungle, you think of Thanos. Right? Look at his face. It's kind of like a monkeyish looking face. Okay? This is the Thanos we should get. This is the Thanos we need. See? Mungle. He ain't got no lip. His whole entire face, not his chin. He's not a chinny dude. He just granite looking, and his whole face is kind of like a block. It's like a square. He's kind of Munglish. He's kind of like a monkey. Okay, and there he is with the Infinity Stones. Not this shit. What the fuck is that? That's not Thanos. And when they realized they couldn't get Thanos, they tried to rework him. And this is the Thanos we got. Oh God. And this is the Thanos we got. I mean, he's supposed to look like a monkey, but not that kind of monkey. You gotta balance off the face. The cheeks can't be so... He has a huge, massive cheekbones. His face is kind of like a block. His head is kind of like a block. Not like a penis. His head is like a block. He's not bleeding. And his hands don't look like a Muppet's hands. Look at the dude. He's rippling with muscle. He's a powerful, muscular dude. Darkseid. If they don't do Darkseid right, a lot of people gonna clown Darkseid. You got to look like Darkseid. He's almost skeletal in his appearance as well. Dried up. That's Thanos, man. Got it? So, I don't know what this monkey is, but that ain't Thanos. And pink, look at fucking Thanos. Look at fucking Thanos, man. That ain't Thanos. What the fuck is that? That's a funny looking thing. And he even got a dimple underneath his chin. What the fuck is that?
Ladies and gentlemen, Psalms 81 says.
That's another video of mine. So all I'm saying to you guys is, don't test me, man. I got so much to say about DC villains and MCU villains on top of that. MCU got the weakest ass villains I've ever seen, man. And this looks like it's going to be monumentally weak. This villain looks like he's going to be weak ass for years. What is this? He's not even purple anymore. He's pink. Oh my God. Why would you make this dude pink? Oh God. Oh. Do a better job, Marvel. Do a better job with your villains, man. Do a better job how they look. I know people clowning Doomsday. He didn't look like Doomsday. People was clowning Doomsday. Doomsday still kind of started to resemble Doomsday. What the heck are they trying to do here? What are they doing? Are they emasculating this character? They're trying to make him into a joke? What the hell? What the hell is this? So, not only do they have horrible soundtracks that don't even need to play in the movie. You could just play the movie without music, period. But on top of that, they got weak villains, folks. Weak ass villains. And in Infinity War, this villain's going to be weak ass just like all of them. Because they built him up like that. They introduced this guy like that. So after 18 fucking movies, we get this dude and this comical act. I don't know what the heck this actor was trying to do. I honestly didn't get it. And they wanted to compare this actor to this performance of Ronan to Steppenwolf. Are you out of your freaking mind? You know, Enchantress is a better villain than Ronan. She looked better than him. You know what I'm saying? We spent a lot of time with Ronan, but this dude, what the heck? Oh my God. So I suggest to you guys, I'm seriously suggesting to you, is if I were you, Emin Batra, I would just not say no more. I would keep my mouth shut. Because the more you talk, is the more I will reveal. The less you talk, is the less I will reveal. Right? If you are entertained by a funny looking thing and you want to shortchange the comics, you like to get ripped off by Marvel, and you like this, Ronan was a great villain for you, and Thanos looks great as far as you're concerned, and he will behave great as far as you're concerned, and you want to have that instead of this shit, which we take seriously. This shit is serious. Dude's sitting on skulls, motherfucker. Skulls. That's how it's done. He ain't sitting on a floating chair in the sky made out of rocks. That's not Thanos, man. But to be PG-13, oh yeah, he just floating in the sky in a comedy. In a comedy. You're going to introduce Thanos in a comedy. Really. Sitting on skulls. Man, you guys are jokers, man. Y'all tripping out. I tell you, y'all are fanboys. Y'all are fanboys. Y'all will take shit in your face. And because the critics and the people out there say, hey, it's a great movie. It's the greatest Marvel movie ever. Y'all go with it. Loki was right. Y'all are meant to be ruled. Too dumb as fuck. Dumbass. You're meant to be ruled. Because you don't know what quality is. You don't know what good movies are. That's why I turned away from comic book movies. Because of that shit. That shit don't get me inspired. I've read comics, man. How about you? I'm out. Peace. Another one bites the dust.